Well,
Good morning, Jamie.
good morning, Zach. How are you?
I'm fantastic, thanks.
And good afternoon for our European customers and Asia customers. We're excited to welcome you to the first ever Atrius Wayfinder webinar. Let's give it just one more minute for people to trickle in, and we'll get started. But we're really excited for what we have planned today. All right. Well, let's do a quick round of intros from the Atrius side. My name is Jamie Stotts. It's really nice to see you all today. I'm the Director of Strategic Accounts covering our airlines and travel apps in North America. And I'll hand it over to Zach to introduce himself.
Hey, everybody. Zach Spencer, Director of Strategic Accounts for North American Airports here.
Great. And we're really excited to welcome you. Really want to say thank you for joining us today. We have a really fun webinar planned for you. So in our agenda today, we will go over some Atrius product updates, so the latest and greatest of what's happening at Atrius. And then we will shift to talking about some best practices about using wayfinding to support holiday travel. Before we dive in today, wanted to share some housekeeping tips. So first and foremost, we want to make this interactive. So please feel free to ask questions in the chat. If we do not get to your question during the meeting today, we will be sure to follow up with you directly with an answer. Also, feel no need to take any notes because a copy of this presentation and the meeting recording will be available to you via email. And last but not least, if you have any questions after this, feel free to reach out to your account manager or help at Atrius with any questions. But again, want to make this fun and interactive. And also, we are open to feedback. So if you have any topics you want to discuss in future webinars, feel free to let us know. But without further ado, we'll kind of dig into the latest and greatest. So these are just a few of our most recent product updates that have occurred in the latest quarter here. So the first one, really exciting. I'm sure you've heard about this a lot from us, but multi-point wayfinding is now available on all platforms with our latest release of our Android 4.0 SDK. So multi-point wayfinding allows passengers to add and to navigate to multiple points of interest, or you as the airport or airline or travel app can deliver a customized route with multiple stops. So you say, hey, we know you have lounge access. Hey, we know you have TSA pre-check. You can lead them to very specific points of interest to personalize their journey through the airport. So just a little bit of details here. You can add up to 5 stops along a route. That's not including the origin and destination, so 7 total points of interest. You can reorder stops, so very intuitive. You can use that kind of 4 bars to drag the stops into different order. You can also remove stops, and then you get step-by-step navigation in between those different stops. So really excited to have this finally available on all platforms with the release. So we have links, some documentation here. So once you get this follow-up, you can have links to all of the different information. But so on our web platform, this is automatically available to you and automatically updated. On our iOS and Android SDKs, you will have to do an upgrade to 4.0 or greater to be able to see multi-point wayfinding in your maps. So really excited about that one. Great. The second one is we have now made an app clips experience possible. So historically, the Wayfinder mobile SDK is actually too large to package in an app clip, but now we've found a way to create an app clip using our JavaScript SDK or your Wayfinder on web experience. So we have some documentation on this and actually created some custom and kind of predetermined code for you guys to be able to recreate this experience, but really excited to be able to have this option. Perfect. Our next one is exciting. So we have created an option to be able to add a feedback link to maps on web. So it allows you to make really data-driven decisions through customer feedback. So what you would do is you would provide us with a link to one of your owned feedback forms, and then we would create the feedback button and link out to that specific link. You see this in the bottom right in this example. So allows you to link out to whatever in-house feedback form you have and be able to collect feedback on the maps. So really excited about this, but it's available on Wayfinder on web. You have some documentation, but again, you would just reach out to your account manager with whatever link you want to provide, and then we would work with our team to get that live. Perfect. And then this one here is really, really exciting. So we now have the ability to create a specific Wayfinder instance with a set pinned location. So what this means is, you have your normal Wayfinder instance, which is just the map, but then you can have a separate instance that actually has that pin location, and that pin location will serve both as a reference point for searches. So the searches will come up with what's nearby to that pin location. And then also it will default to be the from location and routing. So we see this as a really, really great opportunity with kiosks, especially, so that, we know where a kiosk is. Let's create an instance specific to the kiosk and be able to use that as a reference point and as that navigation start. So this is available through our JavaScript SDK. And beyond kiosks, we also think a really great application of this too could be, creating a custom instance and using a QR code and having it, from wherever that QR code lives in the airport could be that starting location. So really excited to get this one live. And again, if you have any questions on how we can make this work for your airport or airline, we're happy to help. Perfect. So that is all of our latest and greatest updates. Again, feel free to give us feedback, if there's something you want to see from us, but I'm excited to pass it over to Zach here to talk about wayfinding during the holiday season, which holiday season is coming up really fast here.
Oh my gosh, I know. Jamie, do you have any plans to travel anywhere?
Not by air. I will be traveling by car about two hours away to the beautiful city of Madison, Wisconsin, but no holiday air travel planned currently.
All right. Well, buckle up and drive safe out there. But yeah, the holiday season is upon us here. Gosh, we're getting ready for a ton globally. We've got Thanksgiving is next week. I can't believe it. Estimated 6 million Americans alone are going to hit the skies. Following, we've got Kwanzaa, we've got Hanukkah, we've got Christmas, we've got New Year's. There's tens of millions or more passengers are going to hit the sky globally. So it just means that there's a ton of people that are going to be using mobile applications, using the website, passing through airports as they hit the skies to connect with loved ones and to go have fun. So spring cleaning, we'll get to spring cleaning in spring. Right now, let's get ready for the holidays and this just big influx of usage. You can hit the next slide. In preparation for this, let's make sure that all of our map content and data is up to date. We all see in the analytics and in usage and engagement, and our customers do, that the holiday season, you see this huge spike in usage and in the map. So let's make sure that accurate POI data is, in the system. It saves travelers time. It reduces frustration. It eases staff workload throughout the airport by ensuring that, all the amenities and services in key areas are accessible in the map. Just double check all the details for your concessions, for your restrooms, holiday specific kiosks that maybe you put up, seasonal pop-ups, any changes to layout from renovations or seasonal adjustments. Maybe even consider adding some temporary points of interest for holiday amenities, gift wrapping stations, airport lounges that have holiday specials or expanded seating areas. Just make sure it's tidy before you get a bunch of new eyeballs in there here over the next, starting next week. So now that we've polished the map content and we have it chock full of helpful information, we want to make sure that we're driving awareness that it exists and that people can get use out of it to make sure that passengers and staff have it in hand. So one great way to do that, to drive awareness of this, this tool and get it into the fingertips of more people, is QR codes. Just makes it really, available to deploy at a moment's notice. It empowers your business to easily put, again, to deploy signage or stickers, or even put it on digital screens to drive people and drive use into those maps. So standalone signs like you see here on the slide here, at gate areas, we see a lot at key touch points like check-in kiosks. QR codes are awesome, right? They can link to so many different things that you can either plan ahead for, again, seasonal pop-ups or attractions and amenities, or as you're seeing in real time, where you're seeing choke points in the airport and you maybe need to alleviate some of that, you can slap a QR code up there on some signage that you print, maybe that has specific routing to that location. And again, people can scan it natively on their phone now, open up the maps in either mobile application or in their website or web maps, excuse me, and be on their way. Hit the next.
One thing to add here too is, a QR code can link to anything, like Zach was saying, specific directions to the map in general, but also can link to a customized search. So, if you said, hey, let's take a look at all the POIs and retail locations in the airport that has holiday deals or something like that, you could also create, a custom QR code with a custom search as well. So tons of options there.
Yeah, great tip. All right, another great use case that we see from our airport and airline customers is really empowering boots on the ground, whether that's your customer service or customer experience staff or volunteers, your gate agents, even our airports. I see a lot of my airport customers rolling up their sleeves and getting out there in the terminal to help passengers and help other staff members with all the busyness that is happening throughout the terminal. Empowered staff really can provide exceptional service by helping people to navigate, directly to their destinations and helping to point out where all the great things that airports have to offer. Boosts overall efficiency and satisfaction of the airport experience, right? So give your frontline staff access to the maps on tablets, or a QR code here again is popping up on the back of a security badge on their mobile devices, right? Use it, get hands-on, show passengers as they're navigating the airport, and then airdrop the route or airdrop the point of interest directly to them on their mobile device. Scan a QR code, however you have it set up, and encourage your staff here as we're starting to get ready to familiarize themselves with the map features, also with commonly asked directions, so they can offer an added layer of convenience and speed to passengers as they're helping folks in real time. So embedding wayfinding and into traveler communications offers proactive support, right? So people who are familiar with the airport layout or are gain familiarity with the layout before they actually show up are more likely to have a stress-free experience, right? A ton of folks, I've got my parents in town right now. I dropped them a couple of links to their departing and arriving airports for their trip, so they could plan ahead, reduce a little bit of that uncertainty and anxiety, and make it easier for them to get from where they need to go, from point A to point B and everywhere in between, and enjoy all the retail and dining options in between. So best practices here are just incorporating links to maps and wayfinding in email confirmations for our airlines and customers, push notifications for those who have our mobile SDK, or app alerts, right? Holiday schedules can mean long waits or shift in dining hours. So sending proactive updates with wayfinding information, like your dining areas and flexible hours, helps to really set those expectations, right? So it's really being proactive here. You could even create something like top 5 traveler tips in an email with a link to a map that highlights essentials, your lounges, children's play areas, places to charge your tablets and your mobile devices, and other helpful spots that travelers might be looking for as they prepare to leave home and actually head to the airport. And finally here, we can't, it's the real world. We can't always be proactive. but we can prepare for the unknown, which is irregular operations. During IRAPs, travelers are likely more stressed than we'd like them to be, and wayfinding can really make all the difference in reducing some of the chaos and maintaining passenger satisfaction there. Really, it's giving a white glove customer service digitally. Just prepare for some of this. So, best practices are for example, guiding passengers to important spots like customer service, to baggage claim, to rest areas where maybe meal vouchers might be accepted. So it's, again, just using maps and wayfinding to efficiently guide passengers where they need to go, and where you think you might want to guide them to help improve that that experience when there are irregular operations, which they're going to happen.
And to add to this too, on Zach's point about the meal vouchers, we've done this kind of exercise with a few different airlines where we can actually on our back end go through the VMS and the points of interest and do a hidden tag that's specific to your airline. And, it could be Acuity Airlines meal voucher, could be like the back end tag. And then you can link directly to a custom search for that so that everyone knows exactly where they can go in these situations. So a ton of different ways we can be proactive here, but definitely something that could happen. We don't want it to, but we can help improve the experience if it does. Perfect. So that was the content we had planned for you guys today. I do have a short recap here because I know we threw a lot of information about you. So if you kind of walk out of here, the main things to remember is some of our most recent product updates is having multi-point routing available on all platforms with the release of Android 4.0, using app clips through the JavaScript SDK or Maps on Web, also adding feedback links to Maps on Web, and setting a pinned location to use as a search reference point or your navigation start. And then lastly, on the holiday travel side, just ensure your map data is up to date. I know a lot of folks go through kind of a code freeze, but if there's something just within the VMS that you can update without updating any of your own information, that those updates will automatically go through and show on all of your instances. You can also lead to wayfinding with signage. You can, again, empower your staff with shareable maps. You can use wayfinding in proactive communications for the day of travel. And then you can use wayfinding to help prepare for irregular operations and kind of smooth out that experience. But thank you guys so much for the time here today. We also just put kind of a cheat sheet of our useful information and key contacts. Again, all this information will be sent out to you after the webinar, but we have all of our documentation for our products, our visitor insights, VMS user guide, and then just some key point of contacts. So again, if you have any map content updates, you can send that to content@atrius.com. And if you have any, technical problems or, integration support that you need, please reach out to help@atrius.com. And then, of course, your account managers are always here to answer any questions. So again, thank you guys for the time here. We're really excited to have this webinar series. Feel free to give us all the feedback you have, and happy holiday season to everybody. So thank you so much. We'll give you guys a little bit of time back.
Thanks, Jamie. Thanks, everyone. Happy holidays.
Thanks, guys. Bye.